walking out, I just want to say, you know, I've been in public office for almost 20 years. I've been served at local, county, state level, and I just see so many friends here, folks that we've worked in the trenches on, done a lot of great things. Being pro-union may mean different things to different unions, but for me, and I think for all of you, it means a living wage. It means health benefits. It means the dignity of good work, a safe job that you can come home to your families, being in the privilege of being in the middle class, and being able to retire to pursue your own pleasures and passions at some time in your life. That's what it meant to me and my family. Growing up, my father sold insurance. Some weeks he didn't sell insurance. That means we didn't always have money. Wasn't for family members. Sometimes, you know, having a paper route. Sometimes my dad borrowed from me. We paid into the family. It wasn't until my dad took a job at the state, worked for Department of Banking and Insurance, becoming a member of CWA Local 1033. Things changed. My mom had a lot of health issues, so we were a one-income family. It meant not only having a stable income, it meant not worrying about surprise medical bills for my mom. It meant I could just think about schoolwork so that I can get into Georgetown later on. It really meant the difference for everything for me. And that's why when I ran for public office at the age of 25 in Hamilton, when things came up, I was always on the side of labor. When our mayor, unfortunately, decided to walk away from the negotiating table, I canceled as council president, I canceled our meeting to say until he was back at that negotiating table, we weren't gonna meet and do business. Thankfully, he did the right thing, and we got a great contract. At the state level, that meant walking out of the legislature when Governor Christie tried doing his so-called reforms. It also meant going to my speaker and saying, along with 12 other of my members, if you ever do something like that again, you won't be the speaker. Being a leader means standing up not only to the other side, but standing up to your own party when they're not living up to your democratic values. It means having that courage to fight, like I did standing with our CWA members when Governor Christie tried doing a broadbanding rule, which would hurt our veterans with veterans preference and those without college degrees that were seeking to advance because they were number 1, 2, or 3 on their exams. We all know all the things that Governor Christie did, but let's flash forward now today. It means fighting to make sure that there are health care premiums for our local and county workers, that we find a solution so that they're not paying more and taking home less. At the county level, that meant my first week. And my first ordinance that I put in was a responsible contracting law to make sure that we were paying prevailing wage and making sure that there was real apprenticeship programs for the contracts that we put out. For private unions, that means not only talking the talk, but it means walking the walk. So when Shred in Lawrence was trying to organize, we stood up, we wrote letters, we used the bully pulpit in my office to help get that job done, and they were able to do that. It means standing with our workers over at the Hamilton and Hopewell Starbucks, the next generation of our organizers there, and standing with them proudly. Working with our transportation workers, and I see Ronnie Sable over there. We worked really hard to make sure during COVID, we had workers being spit on, beat up, just because they wore a mask and asking them to do the same decent work. We put in the nation the strongest worker protection law on the books, and now states all across the country are trying to match what we do here. When it comes to building trades, I was on the Freeholder Board when we built the courthouse here, and I support project labor agreements, particularly for our airport. That's why I sponsor the bill to allow counties to do airports as a utility. That means not only does that airport get done quickly, it means the debt from that doesn't take away from all the debt of other projects that we can do at the county level. It allows us to do more at the same time and to do it all through project labor agreements and through labor. That's why as transportation chair, I supported the gas tax to make sure we had a strong TTF. And during COVID, we accelerated work so that we could put more people with more jobs, whether it was utility relocation work, whether it was bridge work, road work, and making sure that we continue to do that, and then put more of our general fund into that TTF so that it would last all 8 years. This will be the first time in New Jersey's history that not a single dollar was diverted from our transportation trust fund. And that's true leadership. I'm here to ask for your support as county executive for a number of reasons. I think we can do more. I'm not saying we're not doing things badly, but I'm saying we can be a little greedy when it comes to wanting more jobs, more respect, more work. That's what we're all here in this room for. I want to be a partner not only for the projects of the county, but using our MCIA to do projects all across our towns, just like we're doing in Hamilton Township. I believe that we have a unique opportunity with all the federal dollars coming down from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act to compete for those dollars, accelerate water infrastructure improvements, not only in Trenton and the suburban towns, but from our smaller towns too that have their own water utilities. We have to go out that. We only have 4 years left. And we know Congress isn't gonna do anything for us for a long time now. So we can't miss this opportunity. We need folks that know how the process works, that can pull together a team, like the folks here in this room, and fight like hell to get those dollars back to Mercer County and get the job done. As your next Mercer County executive, with your support, I'll be there with you every day in the trenches, not just as management, but also making sure that when we're negotiating a contract for our public employees, it's done with respect. We look for the win-win. It's never about politics. It's never gonna be personal. We're gonna know because the county employees, the workers in our town, our building workers, our private sector unions, it's what makes Mercer County great. And by working all together, we are gonna bring that same dream that came to my family by becoming a union member to everyone else here in Mercer County. Thank you so much.
Right.